Hi, my name is Rochelle Lentini and I'm the CEO of Purple Playas Foundation. And
Hi, I'm Parker Lentini and I'm the Vice President of the Purple Playas Foundation.
Parker's actually the reason we're here today. He has grown up with chronic illness and we would like to share with you something very exciting. We have created something called the Purple Playas Coping Kit. And there's 3 versions of it. And they're pretty similar, but we will show you the differences. This first kit comes in a purple bag, and this is for young children. So preschoolers, kindergartners, and maybe even up to first grade. So inside the kit is, are you ready? The Purple Puff, and Parker's gonna explain him.
So the Purple Puff is actually our mascot of our foundation. And the reason he's called the Purple Puff is because kids with chronic illnesses often have to take a lot of meds that make them gain weight. And we often like to say that we're not fat, we're puffy. So we created the Purple Puff to symbolize the puffiness of us. And, you know, when we were making him, it's a funny story. He ended up not being puffy enough. So we actually had to add extra stuffing. And I think he's the perfect amount of puffy now. So we have the Purple Puff. And he's got these awesome little pouch on him where he'll come with an I Am Brave patch. And these patches are extra cool. They're kind of like Boy Scout or Girl Scout patches, and you can iron them on to things, and we'll get to more of that later. But yeah, they go in here, and he's a little stuffed animal you have. And on the back, he's got this Purple Puff belongs to. You can write your name on it. That way you can distinguish him from everyone else's. Yeah, he's my favorite.
Okay, and then along with the Purple Puff, you have a lot of goodies in here. One of the first things that you'll want to do is open up the folder. And inside the folder, you're going to find a few things. In the front pocket, there is an instructional guide that will tell you everything about the kit, why it was created, and the different components in the kit. And we're going to explain that a little bit more. You're also going to have one pocket clear pocket sleeve for the patches. So these are kind of like those baseball card holders, and so what you can do is you can store your patches in here if you would like. In addition, there is 2 little wallet cue cards, and we're just sending them to you in the actual sleeve, but it's intended for you to hold them inside a wallet or a pocket or a purse or backpack. Parents can hold them, and they're cue cards, and we'll explain those a little bit more in a minute. And then finally, inside of the back pocket of the folder, there's a story, and I'll let Parker explain the story.
So this story is a book that me and my mom wrote quite a while ago. It's a story called When Purple Puff Gets Scared, Tucker Turtle Teaches Him to Be Brave. And it's a story about, you know, when kids are going through hard times, such as shots and infusions and stuff like that, you know, how they can take certain techniques and use them to, you know, get through those tough times and be brave. And yeah, we wrote this story, and it was illustrated by a friend of ours, a local artist, Lance Rogers, who we love. And yeah, it's just wonderful. It's got our mascot, the Purple Puff, which is amazing, and yeah, it's very, very close and dear to our heart, and yeah, everybody who gets this kit will get this wonderful book.
Now, this book is very special because not only does it tell a story, it helps children relate to dealing with chronic illness. But there's, like what Parker was saying, there's some cues in here around what you can do if things are difficult, which oftentimes when you're dealing with medical issues, they are. Could you find the page that deals with coping and going to the doctor and getting your shot?
What page would that be?
It's coming. Keep going.
Keep going.
This one. Yeah. So sometimes when Puffy is scared or nervous, he needs a little extra help. And so Tucker Turtle has taught him how to cope. And one of the things that we have that goes along with the book is this matches this page in the book. And the reason is because we can teach young children at a very young age how to self-regulate their emotions. And so what we would do is help them recognize that they're feeling how they're feeling. So they might be feeling scared, and then they can stop. So we want them to kind of notice it, stop, and then they tuck inside their turtle shell. This is why it's called the turtle technique. So Tucker teaches Puffy how to tuck inside his turtle shell and take 3 deep breaths. And then after he takes the 3 deep breaths, he comes out and thinks of a solution. Well, taking deep breaths for kids is kind of hard to do. So we have a really cool way to teach children how to take those deep breaths. We tell them to smell the flower and blow the pinwheel. And we're going to talk more about that in a minute. But on the reverse side are the choices of how they could cope. So do you want to explain a few of those, Parker?
Yeah, so choices that we've talked to several kids with chronic illnesses of how they used different methods of coping we've put in this book, such as playing video games, squeezing a pillow, reading books and listening to music, different things like that, even talking to a friend. So we've put suggestions like that in this book, and yeah, there are different ways that I've used to cope and friends of mine with chronic illnesses have used to cope. So yeah.
When Parker was really little and he had to have shots every Friday night, that was really tough. And Parker would sometimes watch a video while I did a shot. So it just kind of distract him while that shot was going in, and it made it a little bit more doable.
Yeah.
So that's about this. Now, Parker's now going to show you how to take your deep breaths. And so in your kit, there's a pinwheel.
Yeah.
And there's lip balm, but it's very special lip balm.
Yes. So this lip balm, what we do is you can rub the lip balm on the pinwheel, and it's grape lip balm. So you can smell the roses and blow the flowers or blow the pinwheel. And that's how you take your 3 deep breaths. You go 1, 2, 3.
So one of the reasons we teach children to take 3 deep breaths is because when you're nervous or scared or angry, your heart rate quickens, you might start getting clenched, your face turns red. But when you take deep breaths, what happens?
Your body starts to calm down, your heart rate goes down, and everything starts to relax, and you can start thinking clearly.
So that's why we want you to breathe. So along with, coping with medical illnesses, we're human. You have a brother, I had sisters, and sometimes we might argue with our siblings or with even friends in the neighborhood. So we also are including problem-solving steps. And so this is the second wallet card. And on the front side are the problem-solving steps. 1 is, what is my problem? And then you help the child identify it. 2, you have to think of a solution. 3, what should we do? Would it be safe? Would it be fair? Let's give it a try. And so when you give it a try, you might have to help children try various different things. Do you want to tell them a few options on here?
Sure. Yeah, you can say please, you can say stop, you can ignore, you can play together, you can get a timer. There's all sorts of different options.
So those are the little cue cards that would go into a parent's wallet. And the reason we made them wallet size is so that you could take them to the doctor's office or to outings or maybe to the infusion room where things might be extra stressful. And then if needed, you could pull them out and use them.
Yeah.
Now, in addition to all this, we know you're dealing with a lot of feelings. So this is the feeling wheel. And there's 3 different feeling wheels, but this is the one for young children, so preschool to about 1st grade. And children can look at the feeling wheel and move the arrow to how they're feeling. So they might say that I'm feeling really brave today because I got my shot and I braved through it. Or they might be feeling scared because they have maybe a
Their
new procedure or an infusion. So this is available for the school age or the preschool children. There's a couple other items inside the kit, and I'm going to let Parker explain them to you.
Yeah, so we have an ice pack or cold pack and warm pack, so you can put it in the freezer to make it cold, or you can put it in the microwave to warm it up, and it's got our Purple Playas Foundation logo on it with the cool little band-aid. So that's super cool. You can put this on your joints to make them feel better. I know some people like cold, some people like warm, so it's to each their own, so that's pretty awesome.
And it matches the heart and band-aid and our little logo.
It looks great.
In addition, we have,
here, can you hold these?
sure,
We have Purple Playas Foundation Band-Aids with a little Band-Aid holder, where you got the Purple Playas Foundation Band-Aids with, again, the little heart and Band-Aids, which is pretty awesome for if you're getting a shot, or if you get just a normal little boo-boo, you can put those cool little Band-Aids on them. And is this what I think it is?
Yes, it is.
This is the piece de resistance. This is the Purple Playas Foundation cape, which is my personal favorite item, besides, of course, the puff. But yes, you will be getting an awesome Purple Playas Foundation cape, which brings us back to these patches that we were talking about earlier, because when I said that they could iron on, you were probably thinking, what are they going to iron on to? So you can get different patches for different things, like having surgery, or taking your meds, or getting an infusion, having a hospital stay, or getting a radiology test like an x-ray or a CAT scan. And we'll be giving these patches to the nurses at the hospitals, and they'll figure out where to allocate them to give them to different patients for different things. And yeah, these are like my favorite idea that we came up with. And you can show off your most recent patch inside your Purple Puff.
So maybe you made a new friend and your child life specialist notices it. She might come and put a patch into your little clear pocket of your puffy.
Yeah. So you can show off your most recent patch in your puff. And then when you get a new patch, you can iron it on to your awesome cape.
Or you could store it in your clear sleeve, or you could even iron it on your own piece of clothing.
Yeah, so some of the older kids might not want to use the cape, and that's okay. It's all challenge by choice. So yeah, if you want to put it on in your pocket sleeves, you can.
And one thing about the cape, it is kind of silky, so we ask that you use parchment paper, and you put the parchment paper on top. We do not advise that you use wax paper, because the wax paper will actually pull purple color out of the cape. So parchment paper is ideal, and you set it on the highest setting, and you hold the iron 30 seconds to make it really stick to the cape. Now, one very special thing we wanted to make sure that people knew is that we were mindful to make our materials safe for children. And so the cape has a breakaway Velcro so that it will not choke children if like somebody gets stuck, steps on the back of the cape. If a child's sitting on the ground, it will actually break away. So that was something that we did for the little ones. Now, we said there was 2 other kits. All of these items are in all 3 kits, but there is a little difference between the feeling wheels based on the age of the children. So, for the babies, and when we say babies, we're talking 1 to about 3 years old, they have a very simple feeling wheel, and there's no brad or arrow or pieces to it because, of course, those are chokeable. So when you are working with your young child, you would point to how the child feels. You would probably start with happy and sad because that's the simplest for young children. And then on the reverse side, toddlers are going to start learning more emotions, and so it expands to 4. After you use this feeling wheel, you would then move on to the preschool age feeling wheel. All of these printable items are available on our website, and you can go and download them for free and just print them out and use them. So that is in there for the babies. Now for the older kids, I'm going to let Parker explain it because this is for the kids who are school age.
So for the older kids, we decided to use emojis because we know those are like the in thing right now. So they have the emoji feeling wheel. So they have obviously all these cool things, but on their feeling wheel, they'll hang it up on their door, and on one side it says go, and on the other side it says stop. So if they are maybe sad and don't want their parents to come in their room right now, they would hang it up on this side and say stop, don't come in my room, I don't want to be talked to right now. And maybe they'll put it on sad, I'm sad, stop, don't come in my room. On the other hand, maybe they can put it on go, I come in my room, I am super happy. I am super happy, come in my room. So that's the difference between those feeling wheels. And they'll be using a clothespin to mark where they're.
And then some kids might put that they're mad and still want you to come in their room and have it on go. So this really helps them communicate whether or not they want to be alone or if they want to talk to somebody about how they're feeling. The really cool thing about these feeling wheels is it teaches children that even though I might be mad now, my feelings can change and I have control over those feelings, and I can go from being mad, angry, to feeling loved. And so then you could move the little clip to how they change their feelings. So it's an important message for young children to understand that they can regulate those emotions. And then finally, in the black bag for the school agers who have the stop and go wheel, there's a very special item for the older kids.
This is pretty awesome. I was excited for these. I don't know if fidget spinners are still cool anymore. I'm a little behind on the trends, but we got a Purple Playas Foundation fidget spinner with our logo on it, and I think that's pretty cool. So we got, for all of the school age kids, you get a Purple Playas Foundation fidget spinner. So that's something you can look forward to. I'm not good at the tricks. I don't know. I'm not good at it. So for all of the school age kids, you get let me grab it, a Purple Playas Foundation, Purple Playas Foundation fidget spinner. So, yeah.
So these kits will be available at the hospitals your children go to, the clinics if they go to an infusion room, and hospitals have to register with us, and then we will send them the kits. Right now we have a limited amount for free, but then they will be at cost for the sites that decide they want to use these. In addition, we have some of the materials in our store to purchase as individual items. And of course we have the patches because we are very aware that families might want to do at home what the hospitals are doing. And we also realize that camps might want this. So if your child goes to like Camp Bucket Creek, they're one of our first sites that will be working with us, and they will have some of these kits. We have one other item available to visit the infusion rooms and the clinics and that sort of thing. But he's very special, and he's helping Parker make very special deliveries. What is he doing?
So, yes. This is my puff. So this is the super puff. That's what I like to call him. And he is a one-of-a-kind puff that we got as a surprise, actually. We did not know he was going to be coming to me. And he is going around to infusion rooms and helping me deliver gas cards to the infusion rooms around the state of Florida. So yeah, he is... maybe you'll see me around at different infusion rooms. I know we've gone so far to All Children's, and we've gone to Shands, and I think we've been to Nemours. So yeah,
St. Joe's.
And St. Joe's. So yeah, maybe you'll see me around coming with the super puff. So if you see me in the halls with him, feel free to pull me aside, and if you want to take a picture with him or give him a hug, yeah, feel free. So
Keep being brave.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah, see you guys. Bye.